Let me make sure this audio is cool. Cause if it's not, I'ma be sad. So hopefully it's cool. Alright, it's cool. FPG3 here, and I have arrived back in the Ace Attorney trilogy. And it's time. It's time. Hold on, let me October 14, 9:41 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 4. Hey, Dick. I forgot, bro. I'll be forgetting it's different. Why does it feel like I haven't been in the courtroom in forever? Hold on. Alright. I had to go to the chat on my jaw. Alright. Hey, Dick. What is it this time? You don't believe how many people are here for this trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? Why don't you notice, Nick? Sorry. They're having Detective ATMEY's trial today. Detective ATMEY? You think they're going to try him as Master DeMasque? Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Master DeMasque's trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please, don't ignore me. Alright, bro. Oh, Mr. Wright. Good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. Oh, wait. That's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Now, let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime in the world? Oh, alright. From his second crime he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heist. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murderer, Nick? Murder? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. I know. I hope y'all ready to see Godot drink like 30 cups of coffee. Probably, hopefully he don't throw the coffee at me again, or I'm gonna just be violently upset. October 14th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 6. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Did I give Godot a voice? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. You ready for preparation? Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. He's got the judge in the palm of his hands. Yet again. Randy Light is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. Ha, then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. Still trying to figure out who be sliding him back up, but alright. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullitt, CEO of KB Security. Like, bro, I ain't gonna just look at this pic, right? Like, look at that like, is that a bump or is his nose? And no, it is a bump. But like, look at that thing. Like, it's huge. Like, how? You know that's unfortunate. Buddy got a big nose, and then beside his nose, he just got a big old bump. Like, nah, bro, that's crazy.
His body was found in the safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was esteemed as 1 a.m. of the previous day.
And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant.
Very well then, Mr. Goddard. Please call your first witness.
I just... buddy just started drinking coffee and started playing his theme song. He just swear he's so thorough, bro. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. 17 cups? Coffee is not that good for you to be drinking that many cups, let alone it at all. But the first one is always the best.
Mr. Goddard, your witness?
Like, bro, you already just had some, bro. No way you that thirsty. Okay, then. Let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron D. Light, has to say for himself.
Defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but...
I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We played through that, y'all. If y'all didn't see that, go watch that. It was good. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Huh? You've got guts, Trite. You really call this man Trite, bruh. Wow, Phoenix really got the most nicknames out of everybody, bruh. Alright.
Then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand.
Bro, will you stop drinking that coffee, bro? You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No. That's not true. Bro, you just... Bro, this might not be good, bro. How he get you slip? How he catch you slipping that fast?
For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever.
Sigh. Well, Mr. Delay already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Huh, very well. Now then, can you tell me something? You didn't kill Bullard. Why did you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say, but boy, I wish I could go home.
Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened.
My visit to KB Security. I hope he doesn't try to just stretch this out and lie, bruh. Just go ahead and tell the truth. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. Like my letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I know where his office was. Let me check the audio again. Just want to check it again real fast. Also, I should probably mention this. I should mention this to y'all that if my audio cuts out, I know I've probably been saying this in the last few videos that y'all have seen, but if you're new, the audio cuts out. It's not really nothing I can do about it. Something with my headset and the Xbox. So yeah, but I don't think it's been doing that since like that one day it was doing it a lot. So I might just be saying that, but you know, just in case.
1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place.
The weak gets washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Bruh, what? Ha, it's bitter today too, just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down.
Mr. Wright, for cross-examination, if you please.
Okay, that was pretty short, Ron. I know we normally just go through it. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least, that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. But if we don't finally make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO office. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch is slow, and my internal clock was also good.
1 a.m. That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Burley, was murdered, correct?
It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. People really go on coffee dates? It ordered you there. It was the first time I got a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere.
Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters too?
Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this, or take that. Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. Now, what should I do? You should press them, right? Why not? What did the blackmail letter in the question say? It said, bring 50K. Or 50,000. Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway.
Oh, is that right?
After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of.
An important point indeed. Let's have that added to your testimony.
Yes, sir. Ha! A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway?
Blackmail letter said, if you don't want your identity revealed, correct?
I'm sure it was referring to the whole nasty mask thing. I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on him.
You didn't?
Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. And that's why Mr. Delight didn't believe he was Nasty Bass. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. You used to be security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right.
Security chief? You?
And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge, or perfect motive for murder. What you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Life after being fired. Why was he fired? Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay then, I take it back.
Defendant, please answer the question.
Okay, maybe I really shouldn't ask that. Well, I needed money.
You needed money?
Well, you see, Dusty loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, it. My salary wasn't nearly enough. So I stole data from the company. Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullet found out and I was fired immediately. What? I wish I had never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You'd do well to remember that. We sure told you.
So you admit that you stole data from your company. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm sorry.
This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony.
Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws off life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste. Misty Light. So Misty Light doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. I can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples.
Who's trying to stay focused, Mr. Wright?
There wasn't much testimony, was there? Alright. Okay. You gotta find something now. The blackmail threat is weird with me. But Desi doesn't know that. Is that? This is definitely nothing to do with the urn. What could it be then? Maybe it's the buzzer, because they said it went off at 1:02. At 1 a.m., but maybe that's not it. What could it be? I don't know, bro. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway?
Objection!
Oh, wait. Oh, tis. I'm afraid that reason isn't gonna hold up anymore. What do you mean? The victim had no proof the defendant was Masky Mask, but you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But that was all over once I was fired. But it is true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now a whole year later. Is that really true? What is it, man? The fact that Ron was stealing company data. I wonder if he would have had a problem if that was ever became public knowledge. I feel like he would. Mr. Delight, I believe you have been in considerable trouble. Your identity as a company data thief was made public.
Mr. Wright? What are you trying to do by bullying your own client?
Ha! Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Yes, now come on, provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Yo, why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data still a secret from going public? Obviously, Desi. She hates criminals. Mr. Delight, what would you say just now? What you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret.
Certain person?
Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Wow, but listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Go Dot? Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault.
What do you mean?
Mr. Delight stole company's data to pay for his wife's spending habits, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how the murder came about. No, everything has fallen neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry. Bro, Ron, bro, he low-key hella tall.
Well, it seems that you've learned a great deal of things here so far.
What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes.
Clearly, there was a sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much.
The motive was clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. At the CEO's office. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. I came to. Mr. Brewitt was lying there, dead.
I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that DeMasque struck him on the head from behind.
Of course, since ATMEY turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Ha! No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked.
We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination.
Got that, Mr. Wright? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any signs that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Ah, exactly like how Mia was with him, man. I know. We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we? There's not much into this testimony either. I bet she's still hiding something. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him. I just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated. What was this suspicious shadow? If there was 1,000 of me, and even one knew, I'd tell you, trust me. His dodging of our question is not helping us win his case. Of course, okay, then how was the victim, Mr. Burlord, at that time? What do you mean by how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it. Bro, I just realized something. This joint is glitched. Why is it like that? Your forehead? Yes. I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It's an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it's a fast and powerful hit. I think I was a little dazed for a while. I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you're asking. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. That would knock some sense back into him. Bat, could you please clarify what you are referring to? Why? My DeMasque costume, of course.
Wait just a moment. DeMasque?
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as DeMasque. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security.
What?
Hey, did you know about this? You never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Bro, why does he keep adding stuff that he didn't tell us yesterday? I don't recall him ever mentioning it. Oh, yeah, read that already. Even if I didn't know that. It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention that up until now. Sorry, Wait, that's not right. You know, sometimes things just slip your mind. Ha! My sixth cup of coffee is staring at me coldly.
At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct the testimony.
Why were you dressed up as Nasty Mask? Why? Because I'm Nasty Mask, of course.
What are you talking about? Nasty Mask's trial is being held next door.
Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Nasty Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. It took a lot longer? What is he talking about? Pressing. What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught on the safe door. You see, this all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body. What was that? Back up a second. Bro. The more he talked, the more he make it sound worse and worse and worse, bro.
You realize that you hid the body in the safe.
Well, yeah.
Inconceivable. Why? Just why? What reason can you have? What were you thinking?
Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine?
What?
The answer is simple. When they take them off. What, bro? This be chatting, bro. What is he saying? What is he even talking about?
As usual, I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you mean that Mr. Delight hit? Do you mean that Mr. Delight hit the body because he's the murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look. This metaphor this time is really obscure.
Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you know about this whole safe business, do you?
Well, yes.
Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony.
Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair weather judge. Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in the drawer. That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw that corpse, I kinda lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. Ha! I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body.
That certainly makes more sense.
Hold on. 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? Just had a thought. Under those circumstances, wouldn't you normally try to hide the body? Would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh! Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were? That's it. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence. I heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't you? Oh. At 10 minutes. Wrong button. I meant to tap RB. It gotta be this. Because I don't really see what else it could be, honestly. It's either actually it might actually just be this. Cause the buzzer went off once. I mean we gonna pick that one, yeah. I forget. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record?
What might this be?
A record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, the security team is supposed to come running. In accordance to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m.
What?
If Mr. Ron DeLight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been hidden in his way. Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there was security personnel in the building. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. But as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. That fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex-new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere near the vicinity, and the vicinity was not something Mr. DeLight could have known. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. DeLight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. This buzzer is extremely loud. There is no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is.
Conscious? What do you mean by that?
Buddy's about to... That coffee be healing him, bro. He be taking all types of damage. He drank some of that coffee and now he back in the game. You like this? You just let us see it. Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Light said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes.
Unconscious? So he fainted.
That's why Mr. DeLight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. That's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Mr. DeLight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it could only mean that there was another person in the room. That's right, whoever it was that knocked out Ron DeLight and then pressed the buzzer.
Order in this court, Mr. Wright.
This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron DeLight is the one who killed Kane Fuller. And who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button.
So King Briller sounded the buzzer himself. What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright?
I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Briller who sounded the buzzer? We got evidence for that, right? The defense opinion is this, Your Honor. The piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for.
The emergency buzzer? If there's some kind of clue on it?
Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue.
Now I'm the one who's clueless.
The button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Buller had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. Ron DeLight obviously wiped them off. Why would he? A guard could have come at any moment. He touched that button, I know he did. The defendant, Mr. DeLight, was dressed as Masty Mask. And Masty Masks always wear gloves. What reason could he possibly have to wipe the button free of fingerprints?
Order.
It would seem I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is.
However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with the awkward silence all of a sudden?
Ha! It looks like you're fresh out of polo tricks. They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Brewer at around 1 a.m. Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when a murder was taking place, right? Oh, and Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when a murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond.
Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say.
Very well then. Oh, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent.
When did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer?
To find out what it did to call the security guard, they didn't mean to. I guess it was to call a security guard, right? Because if you call a security guard and then Ron's there, you would automatically just assume it was Ron that did it because he shouldn't have been there, or DeMasque. So they didn't mean to. Don't make sense. To find out what it did just sounds stupid. That if this is an answer that you only would pick for Maya, because Maya is the only person that wouldn't know what it does, bro. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted.
But do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose?
Yes. Although as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Ha! What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Light, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer.
Hypothetically, yes.
Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Light. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron Light for the murder. Bro.
Order.
It would seem, bro, he gotta be on like his 15th cup of coffee, bro. I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one, only master man, so. Nick, you mean the real killer is? We're going to drag that person in here right now. But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but to think about it, the killer knew Mr. Delight's identity. They also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard.
Let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron Delight for the murder of Kane Bullard?
Like I said, bro, it's him, obviously. That's who I've been saying since like the last drum, bro. Cause he the only one that knows Ron's identity. He been giving him plans to steal so he can like stop. Like, bro, come on now. Detective Luke ATMEY. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective? Luke ATMEY?
You mean Nasty Mask did it?
Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Nasty Mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of King Bull.
Order, Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Thief and murder? Which is the more serious crime?
They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment.
Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke ATMEY confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well. That's Nasty Mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along.
To be found guilty?
Nasty Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was still in the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Nasty Mask was Luke ATMEY's airtight, watertight, unassailable alibi.
Guilty verdict as an alibi?
Hey, say what you want about how his nose look and how he look in general, but that man is crafty. He is crafty. You know, it's almost time.
For what?
For Luke ATMEY's verdict. It was pretty simple. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder.
Mr. Luke ATMEY's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no ground for appeal.
Am I really sure about this? Ha! That's only good when your life's the ante. Mr. Wright, I believe in you, Mr. Delight. So please, I'm begging you. Bro, thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. Huh? What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice, it sounds like Mia. Your Honor, the defense requested immediate recess. Ha! So that's your answer, huh?
Very well, I've decided as well. The court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke ATMEY to the stand.
Yes, Your Honor. October 14th, 11:58 a.m. District Court, room number 5. Yo! Bro.
Well, sir, Detective ATMEY.
I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly.
Oh, no, sir, Detective ATMEY. You're the one who...
Who the heck is that? Yo, we got another judge. Look at his beard. Look at his hair. Why is his hair? Bro, look at his hairline. Bro, what is going on with the top of his head? I don't even know what voice to give this man. The court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. The court finds the defendant Luke ATMEY. Objection! Oh. Wait. Don't hand down your verdict yet, please. Well, sir lawyer. Welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, eh? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke ATMEY.
Accusation? You accuse Nasty Mask?
That man is not Nasty Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? Look at his eyes, bro. Bro, nah, his eyeball come up in. He's sweating. He nervous. A little to be continued. Okay. I ain't gonna lie on this note. We gonna end the video. I'm probably gonna record another one after this, honestly. Probably gonna record. So yeah, like, share, subscribe if you're new. Turn post notifications on, then I'm out. I'm gonna save this first. Alright, man.